David Steven. I'm Managing Director for Data Conversion Systems, or dCS. We are based in Cambridge, England. So this year is actually the end of our 30th anniversary year. So although we feel like we are still just a startup in terms of the energy and the creativity in the company, we've actually been around for 30 years. This is a really exciting time for us because to celebrate our 30th anniversary year, we developed Vivaldi 1, which was an integrated all-in-one Vivaldi. But then back in May, so just a few months ago, we launched the Rossini Transport, which is a CD, SACD transport for the Rossini range. So now with Rossini you can have CD, SACD transport, DAC, master clock. So you can have separates the same as Vivaldi. And then at the Hong Kong show we have just launched for the first time the premiere of the Bartok. So Bartok will have a streaming DAC and also a streaming DAC with a headphone output. So two versions. So for us that's the very first time that we've ever developed a dedicated headphone amplifier. And Bartok I think is unique because it's not only a state-of-the-art streaming DAC, but it's also a fantastic headphone amplifier in one chassis. So we have essentially three new products: Vivaldi 1, Rossini Transport, and Bartok, all here at the show. The mechanism that we use in Vivaldi from Esoteric was a fantastic mechanism for SACD, extremely reliable, very good sound, but it became obsolete. Although the market and the world has changed massively, so in the last 10 years we've gone from CD to USB to streaming from a NAS drive to now streaming services. There are still people who want to play the disc, still people who have a big music collection on silver disc. And for us, it was important that we were still able to support those customers. So we spent maybe a year and a half evaluating different mechanisms. We found one from D&M in Japan that passed all of our tests, was very reliable, and we designed that into Rossini Transport. So we realised it's not a growth market, but there's still a huge number of people who enjoy that act of putting a disc into the machine and listening to a complete album or a complete performance. So I think as long as people still want to listen to disc, we will continue to support them with transports and CD and SACD players. We buy the complete mechanism, but then all of the clocking and all of the signal processing is done by dCS. So really what we buy is the mechanism to spin the disc and give us the ones and zeros. We developed our own implementation of MQA, so it took over 1 year in development, but everything is done inside our own FPGA. So that meant that we could offer dCS filter responses in addition to MQA filter responses. It meant that we controlled the signal path, because if MQA is going to increase in popularity, then theoretically you could see MQA come in on all of the inputs on a dCS DAC, not just on the network input or the USB input. So for us it was important that we developed our MQA technology in our own FPGA. All of the dCS products are Roon ready. So Bartok, Rossini, Network Bridge, Vivaldi, they are all certified Roon ready. And we are working with Roon at the moment to try to add some extra features and functions within the Roon interface, so you can control things like filter and phase and not just volume and the transport. So yeah, I think Roon is a wonderful piece of software, and it works very well with the Roon interface and a dCS DAC. I see a future where the dCS app is for setup and configuration and control, but music playback and library management and interfacing with your music, people are going to use Roon or Tidal or Spotify or Deezer. They will live in that world. So we have to make sure that we are open and we have the interoperability that we can talk to those streaming services. So it's not that if you use Roon, you don't buy a dCS. Really, we have to make sure that we work perfectly with them. Bartok that we launch here at the show is our most affordable, our entry-level product. So I think that was very difficult to try to engineer something that had such high performance for that price. So we're extremely proud of that. It's the first time that we develop a headphone amplifier, so that may take us down a path and develop some more products based around that technology. We also have software updates coming for Vivaldi, for the network bridge with Rossini. We are going to add the mapping algorithm that we have in Vivaldi DAC, so that will improve Rossini. So again, because our platform is so flexible, we can add features and functions in software. So there's a lot of improvements to come across all the products in the range.